Welcome to LECOM Health Matters. Our guest today is our good friend Karen, who is the director of the VNA. And Karen, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure to have you. We understand by the bulletin boards all over town that there's some event coming up that is keeping you up at night.
Yes, it certainly is.
Can you tell us a little bit about what it is?
Yes, so we are gearing up for our 19th annual.
19th?
The 19th event. It is our Wings of Hope event that supports our VNA hospice clients.
Let's stop right there. It's really not an event per se. It is an event, obviously, but it really does the event raises money for the VNA fund.
Yes.
Which really does wonderful things. And I think we should start with that why are we doing this in the first place? And I think people have to understand it's not like the money goes to operations, which it does not. It goes to the VNA fund. And I think it's important for people first to understand what that fund is and what the purpose of it is. If you could just talk a bit about that.
Yes, I agree with you. So like you had mentioned, all of the funds raised directly support our hospice patients. It does not go to our daily operations. We are not providing medications or equipment with these funds. We are supporting underinsured clients. At times of need, whether they have a large copayment or they don't have any insurance at all. But the majority of the funds go directly back to the patients, and our goal is granting special moments at end of life. And we have done everything from granting a wish for a mother to be able to attend her daughter's wedding. And it may not seem as challenging, but when you're on hospice services and you have extra care needs, that means we need to look for medical transport. We need to look for staff to help her get ready for the wedding and things of that nature. We also arranged a 5-generation photo for a family that their grandmother was terminally ill. And she was at a nursing facility, and another family member was at home and needed medical transport. So we actually worked with our LECOM team, and we were able to grant them medical transport to the building that their grandmother was at. And we were able to produce them a very beautiful 5-generation photo that they're able to keep. And then one more story that is really near and dear to me. We did this a couple of years ago, but we wanted to take some time before we shared the story because of the difficult nature surrounding it. We had a young gentleman. He was about 24 years of age when he fell ill, and he was confined to his room. One of his dreams was always to visit Japan. But unfortunately, due to his condition, he was never able to make that dream come true. So the VNA team became very creative, and with the funds of Wings of Hope, they brought Japan to him. So they found a tour guide in Japan, and they had live interaction. And
really?
He was able to direct him on where to go, what he wanted to see. They had conversation. We purchased Japanese cuisine for the event. He had friends out of town that were able to attend virtually.
They could do this over Zoom. In other words,
Zoom.
he could actually talk to the tour guide over there in Japan.
Yeah, it was a really neat experience for him. So because he was not able to get to Japan, and that was one of his life streams, we brought Japan to him in his bedroom. And it was very, very special.
And those things happen because of the funds raised at the Wings of Hope. The 2 fundraisers that we have, but we're going to talk about the butterfly one fundamentally today, and there's also one, obviously, at Christmas time.
Yes.
So the money then that we raise goes to do those special events, as well as, I'm sure, some other things that happen and some other needs that come up along the road.
Yes.
So I think it's important for people to understand. I did not know that actually until a couple of weeks ago, that this is not something that we're raising operational funds for. It goes to that fund so we can meet special circumstances and, equally important, special needs of people, which makes this really an incredible event.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, speaking of the event, tell us what happens. First off, it will not rain on August 3rd.
It is not going to rain.
It's not going to rain on August 3rd.
Weatherchannel.com says 81 and sunny.
Well, AccuWeather says 84 and sunny.
Perfect. I'll take that
perfect
too.
weather.
Yep, as long as we have sunshine. Yeah, so the event, we've really expanded the event after many years of my participation.
Well, if I can stop you right there.
Sure.
When you say you've expanded it, you really have. Because years back, as I remember, we released the butterflies and it was very nice. but it was kind of a few talks, and then we released a butterfly. It's gotten very big over the last couple of years. And if you could tell us about the new initiatives and what makes this so very special, other than the fact that it'll be 84 and sunny.
So we really want to focus on this event being a celebration of life. When I first joined the team about 6 years ago, it was very somber. It was a memorial service, which is wonderful, and it's a great remembrance of our families and our lost loved ones. However, we want to celebrate them. That's our goal, is to be able to celebrate the people that are no longer here with us. So last year, we had a band, Music for Veterans band. They donated their time and they played for about 45 minutes before the ceremony. And we found that to bring a lot of joy to our participants. There's laughter, there's music. It's just a very happy atmosphere as people are coming and registering for their butterflies. And then they're able to enjoy the music prior to the performance from the visiting nurses.
What kind of band is it?
So they're the Music for Veterans band, and they play oldies, a lot of the good oldies. Yeah, it was wonderful.
A lot of good oldies for us oldies.
People dancing. Yeah, it was.
Which is very
time.
Different than
Very
it was
different.
before, because it was
Yes.
eloquently somber before, obviously, because we were calling people who have passed on. But that touch with the band, I can see in that big field, because it's on a big open field, and so there's a lot of space for people to walk around and mingle and listen to the band and dance if they want. That's really nice.
Yeah, it is.
That's
it's
really
very
nice.
Special. This year we have Mike and Marie. They're a local band that will be playing from noon until 1 prior to our ceremony. And then on into the performance from the Visiting Nurse Association team and the Celebration of Life ceremony.
Mhm.
We have singers, we have musicians. The Erie Playhouse is supporting us this year. Colleen Pretty is our singer. She'll be with us from the Erie Playhouse. The Erie Philharmonic is also sending us a violinist to play during the release of the butterflies, which is absolutely beautiful too. And then readings and our special litany of names. We usually read over 400 names in remembrance during the event prior to the release of the butterflies.
Is it that many names?
Mm-hmm. It is that many names. It has grown that large.
I was going to say that really, because I was unfortunately out of town and couldn't come last year, but that's a significant increase at 400. That's a lot of names to read. So it's not a long program. People shouldn't panic. They're not going to be standing outside there forever. But it's really a very touching program. And then the special moment comes when they release the butterflies. Now, how in the Lord's name do you release a butterfly?
Oh, so
this is a science, I think. This is a science, I think.
Yes, so they come in these little envelopes from Wish Upon a Butterfly, and you simply open the envelope. We also provide butterfly food. That's something that we added a couple of years ago, so we can feed our butterflies before they take their flight on their journey of wherever they're going to be going. So you simply open your envelope and your butterfly starts to move its wings and shake its legs and get ready for its flight. Some of them hang around a little bit longer than others, and some just shoot right out of that. It looks
We
like
have a buffet table for the butterflies.
Yeah.
Or what?
We do. We've added flowers and butterfly food and things of that nature to give them a little bit of extra energy before they go on.
What is butterfly food?
It is honey and water boiled together.
That makes sense.
Very simple, very organic, very simple.
Well, I remember it is quite lovely when they all flap up and go, because they're obviously different colors and different kinds of butterflies. I don't know anything about butterflies, but they're different patterns on their wings and things like that. It's a very beautiful event in memory of those who have, in a sense, gone on.
It's
and
a
then
symbol of rebirth.
Yes. And then after the butterflies have gone, then obviously that concludes the event.
Correct.
Now, if people are interested in participating, what should they do?
So as of last year, we did start a website. So it is wingsofhopeerie.org. You can simply go to the website. There is a button for you to be able to register, and it'll walk you through all of the steps right there on the website. We also have a Facebook page that we just started last year as well that shows a lot of our different initiatives too. So I always encourage people that are interested to go to our Facebook page and see some of our videos and testimonials of families that have benefited from the Wings of Hope Fund too.
When they register and they pay for their butterfly, how much is that?
The butterfly is $25, but you can also purchase 5 for $100, which comes with a free t-shirt that we added a couple of years ago, a beautiful, bright Wings of Hope t-shirt.
And I understand this year there's a raffle.
There is. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. So Doll Campers Jewelers provided us with this lovely crystal necklace. It's very beautiful. So Doll Campers Jewelers had donated that for a raffle item. And then we also have a painting that was donated. It's an alcohol ink painting. It's hard to describe, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's an abstract painting. I actually hope that I win it, but if not, I'm just going to have to go
You can't claim it if you win.
I can't claim it if I win. The tickets are 3 for $10, and you can choose any raffle item that you would like to put those tickets in. We'll be selling them the day of the event, and we do have them listed on our website too.
Now, for those who are unfamiliar, once they register, or they can register on site as well.
That is correct.
Where do they get their butterfly?
They will get their butterfly when they arrive. We'll have them at the registration table, and they will come and pick up their butterflies.
And then don't release it until we tell you to release it.
Right. Keep it in its little paper origami paper
paper
football until we tell you to release it.
Until then you release it. Only, but not before we tell you.
That's right.
Where is it?
So the event is at 2000 West Grandview Blvd. That is behind the LECOM West campus. And as you mentioned earlier, we do host it in a ball field, so there's plenty of room for participants. We usually have about 300 people attend, so lots of room. We do encourage participants to bring lawn chairs, though. We do have some seating, but it's best for everybody to bring lawn chairs if they're able.
And just for our audience that's unfamiliar, when you go down West Grandview, you see the big white building. That's the academic classroom building. It's the building right next to it, which houses the dental clinics and podiatry school in there, and some physician offices. And there's loads of parking. You could park behind that building. You could park behind the school building and simply walk over. So there's lots of parking, and there's a big open baseball field. So you're right. It's important for folks to bring something to sit in so that they're comfortable if they come early and listen to the music, unless they want to get up and dance. But during the program, if they can sit in, the program would consist fundamentally of what?
So the program is built of readings, poems. We have different volunteers that are joining us from Embracing Our Veterans, music from Erie Playhouse, and the violinist from the Erie Philharmonic.
And the violinist was always done by John?
Yes. Louis Nicolia.
Louis Nicolia, yes. God rest his soul, because Louis passed.
Yes, he did. He passed, I believe, in 2020. So we still honor him at every event. He and Harry Johns have passed away, and they've been huge supporters.
Oh, Harry was the chaplain for years.
I believe he started at the Visiting Nurse Association in 1990. He had been there for years. So we do have a small remembrance area set up for both of them.
Well, both of those two were mainstays of this project, because Louis was a great violin player with a Philharmonic for years. He always would play for the Sisters of Mercy, or I help out, like for the Christmas and for Easter, he would come and he would donate his time to play. And Harry was just a sweetheart of a fellow.
Amazing.
I mean, those were two pillars of this event, and you can't have it without remembering those two, because they did so much over 19 years of doing this. I didn't realize it's been going on for that long. So just to wrap this up, let's go through the essentials again. Now, when is this and where? So
this is August 3rd. The band will start their performance around 12 noon with the Celebration of Life starting at 1 o'clock. Rain date, just in case. I know
it is not going to rain. We are not even going to suggest that.
August 4th, just in case. But communication would go out if we had inclement weather. We will be hosting it at 2000 West Grandview Blvd. Again, that is the LECOM West campus, and it is the first driveway if you are going east on Zook Road.
Sure, and they can park behind the school as well, and simply walk over if they wish.
Very easy to find.
It's very easy to find and very easy to park.
And the ground is level, so I don't want anybody to be concerned with that. We do have a bridge and a ramp for people that may have extra needs to get onto the field. So no concern with that at all. And we do have escorts that will be there to help people to and from their seats.
I think it's a lovely event, if not one of the more lovely ones that we do or that are done around in the city, especially when you realize what we're commemorating. But equally important, it's the folks from VNA who we celebrate as well. You keep talking about celebrating those who have passed on. Indeed, we are doing that. I think that this is an event where we celebrate you in the VNA because they are God's angels in many, many, many ways. How your folks do what they do is beyond my comprehension, and I've seen it.
They're very special people.
They're very special people. They're God's hands and angels, and I mean that deliberately. What they do and how they care for people and how they do this day after day after day without being completely drained is just beyond my comprehension. It takes a special person. So with this event, yes, we're celebrating those who have passed on, but equally, we're celebrating the works of the VNA and the great work that you do. Anything else you want to say about butterflies other than the fact that it'll be a spectacularly beautiful weather day?
Please join us. It will be a beautiful day. It's a very special ceremony. If you've not attended in the past, I encourage people to come out, support our foundation, and just enjoy a very special day with us.
It is a special day that does very special things by very special people. So thanks for coming in. Thanks for all you do for Wings of Hope. And for all those who are listening, take an hour and a half out of your day. I mean, come at noon, listen to the band. The program is not horrifically long. You'll be done by 1:30, 1:45, somewhere in there. And the experience is surely worth the time and effort.
Yes.
Thank you for doing Wings of Hope. Thank you for the VNA. And this is Monsignor Rubino for LECOM Health Matters.